Game is really good, but game also pisses me off. UMINEKO, baby! Okay, so UMINEKO reduced the weighting by 1. Because I'm tired of UMINEKO. I'm just... well, I'm not tired, but, you know. Maybe it'll go somewhere. Just, alright. Every game in here pisses me off. No, Queue Up doesn't piss me off. Well, it kind of pisses me off. All the best games piss me off. That's the thing about these games. We have arrived at Rockin' Jimbo.
バラの庭園は記憶にあったんだけどよ。
Yeah. Yeah. Look at this fucking guy.
このゲストハウスっつうのは記憶にねえな。
Yeah, it's new.
これ、建てたのは最近か？
Probably. Terrarian Visitor's Retreat was written on a gatepost-like thing, but since everyone called it the guest house, I followed their lead. The brand new Western-style guest house that stood overlooking the rose garden had a magnificent design, carefully done in harmony with the garden.
正解だよ。建ったのはつい一昨年さ。それ以降は、僕たちはこっちに泊めさせてもらってるんだよ。
Oh.
年季の入ったボロ屋敷より、こっちの方が好評みてえだしな。私も自分の部屋をこっちに持ちたいぜ。はい。マリアも持ちたい。持ちたい。
Guess I could call my house upper class as well, but I was reminded again how completely ordinary it was compared to the head house. It showed a shocking display of wealth that they would build this kind of awesome guest house for guests who could come over like once a year.
エヴァ様、秀吉様、こちらのお部屋をお使いくださいませ。ルドルフ様、キリエ様はこちらのお部屋をお使いくださいませ。
やっぱりここは綺麗で上品でいいわね。洋風って本当に素敵だわ。
Oh shit, I forgot to update the Twitch. Update the Twitch. Oh shit, Pex also followed. I completely missed that. My brain is falling out of my ears. I'm gonna go with 3. I'm gonna go with J. Let's go.
ほんの2、3日なら洋風もええやろが、ずっといて落ち着くのは断固和風やで。日本人は畳の上が一番くつろげるんや。
新しい家を和風にするか洋風にするかで喧嘩してね。お父さんが和風で着工させたのを、母さんまだ根に持って、よく言い合いをするんだよ。
ジョージ兄さんのところは、両親仲が良くて羨ましいぜ。
English style? Wait, what? Japanese style or Western? Oh, okay.
うちなんか冷め切ったもんさ。そのくせ、私の成績の話だけは連帯しやがる。
Oh. All the rooms seemed to be two-person. I was grateful, because now I wasn't going to be forced to share the same room with the old bastard for some bullshit reason like being family. Besides, I figured those two wouldn't be able to enjoy themselves with someone like me around.
何気持ち悪い顔で笑ってんのよ。どうせ下世話なこと考えてるんでしょ。
Good job on confirming.
下世話なんてとんでもない。どうぞごゆっくりお過ごしくださいませ。あ、はい、出た。言えたよ、クソ親父。
It's fucking... Once again, Dad pulled my ears from behind.
バカなこと言ってんじゃねえ。俺は胃がキリキリ痛み始めてて、とてもそんな元気は湧かねえぜ。今回はお前が主賓だろうが、せいぜい親父や兄貴たちに可愛がられろよ。親父の前では言葉遣いにだけ気をつけろ。あの人、本当にシャレが通じねえからな。ジェシカちゃん、我らが当主様のご機嫌は最近どうなんだ？
今
去年から相変わらずかな。
So bad?
余命3ヶ月、余命3ヶ月って割には、相変わらずピンピン
3
ガ
months
リガリ
left.
イライラしてるって話です。
Only 3 months, huh?
今年も相変わらず不機嫌ってわけね。
Oh, great. Great.
思いができる
Fucking
のはやっぱり源氏さんだけなの？
Yeah, and he ignores Kenji, so, you know, it's not going well.
親方様も、源氏さんにだけは心を許しておいでのようです。私たち下々では、近頃はお目通りすらなかなか叶わず。
また書斎に閉じこもって、怪しげな黒魔術三昧じゃねえのかな。
Yeah, probably.
何をやろうとてめえの趣味だから構わねえけど、匂いが立ち込める系は勘弁してほしいもんだぜ。ついでにそのまま、書斎から永久に出てくんなってんだ。
Damn. Damn.
年長の人に、そんな言い方をするもんじゃないよ。
Well, some elderly really suck, so...
後ろ宮家を復興させてくれた大恩人なんだから、もっと感謝しないと。
Yeah, but he's also the reason that this family is a dysfunctional shit show.
まあ、ごめん。
After being rebuked by George Aniki, Jessica had no choice but to take back her thoughtless remark. The Ushiromiya family was wealthy beyond belief, but that, of course, meant that all its members were eccentric people, completely at odds with the rest of society. Now that the family standing at its peak, in other words, our grandfather, seemed to be a particularly eccentric and terrifying person even for our family. Dad had said he was getting a stomachache earlier, but I guess that was what all the adults who came here today were actually feeling. Because having to meet with this fucking dickhead is just not fun at all. No doubt they are jealous of us, the grandchildren, just playing and laughing without a care. Without needing to deal with that asshole. From the stories Dad told me, the head of the family was a violent man who rained blows on his sons with his own fists and even beat his daughters mercilessly with a wooden sword. Great. At a dinner. Have fun with your dinner. Hope you eat good food, you silly bitch. I'm gonna UMINEKO. Maybe we'll go somewhere with this. Maybe see you later? I don't know. If he was such a staunch traditionalist with his kids, why wasn't he the same with their names? Because of that, even us grandkids have to suffer. Well, I have absolutely no trouble believing the terrifying image they paint of him. I don't have memories of meeting him over the years, but I remember his face was full of menacing thunderclouds. See, also eating, we're all munching. Always making the people around him shrink away with a sharp look. Remember that the room's atmosphere got so tense whenever he was around, he couldn't even breathe. My dad, sad right now about me being the guest of honor, now carries a little more oomph for me.
6年前は俺も小学生だったが、さすがに今は高校生だ。
Are you fucking?
失礼のある態度なんか取ったら、大変なことになるかもしれねえな。
Yeah.
怖い怖い。
確かにこわもてだけど、そんなに硬くなるほど怖い人じゃないよ。決して理不尽なことは言ってないもん。口下手なだけで、ちゃんと筋は通す人だよ。
ジョージ兄さんは昔から成績優秀で、一族の鏡じゃねえかよ。私たちとじゃ、じい様の待遇が全然違うぜ。私なんか木刀でひっぱたかれたことあるしよ。
Oh boy.
尻だぜ尻。
Oh.
それも乙女の生尻をよ。
Okay.
ジェシカちゃんは本家の跡取り娘だもん。おじい様も特に目をかけてくれてるんだよ。
Yeah, I don't want special attention.
その厳しさは期待の気持ちの裏返しだと思わなくちゃ。
It's not fun though.
冗談じゃねえぜ。その跡取りってやつはジョージ兄さんに譲るよ。私が担ぐにはちょいとしんどいぜ。
I think I already said it before, but Jessica's the daughter who will inherit the head house. The pressure on her shoulders must be different from us cousins of the branch families.
ジェシカお姉ちゃんが重い？マリアが持ったら軽くなる？
サンキューな。大丈夫。マリアちゃんには押し付けねえよ。
Imagine.
この十字架は、私が墓まで背負ってくよ。
Damn.
安心しなって。
While grateful for Maria's innocent consideration, it seemed that Jessica could not easily rid herself of the anxiety for the future that remained visible in her face. I guess I'm no different. Any high schooler with exams looming ahead is bound to have an anxiety for the future that they can't hide.
マリアいらっしゃい。お母さんとマリアはこの部屋よ。
バトラ君は僕と一緒にこっちの部屋だってさ。
Oh, sick. I'm with my chill cousin.
おー
Wait, there's 3 beds.
なになにこりゃ驚いた
That's a good room.
親たちの部屋より広めじゃないのよわお
Wow!
どうせいとこ同士で集まるだろうと思ってよ。大きめの部屋にするように言っておいたんだ。
Big-ish.
おー、マリアもこっちがいい。ママと一緒よりこっちがいい。
Damn.
おー。
Fucked up.
そうかマリアもこっちがいいかよしここは俺とジョージ兄貴の部屋だが特別に出入りを許可してやろうお母さんには内緒だぞ
内緒。
Her mother, Auntie Rosa, was right behind her, but Maria still answered, striking the air with her fists clenched tight. Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. After her parents put the luggage in their rooms, they gathered again in the corridor.
おいガキども、お前らはどう
Oh
する
shit, new sprite.
ここでいとこ同士おしゃべりでもしてるか
It seemed they were heading to the mansion to announce their arrival. Normally we would have had to follow them and greet everyone together, but if that had been the case, Dad would have just said, you guys come too, and had been done with it. He's telling us that it's alright if we don't come, so what'll we do?
どうせもうすぐお昼や。子供はそこでくつろいでたらええ。それに表で遊べるのは下手をすると今のうちだけかもしれんしの。
Sorry? If worst comes to worst, this might be the last chance they get to play outdoors. Excuse me?
マリアも行く。マリアはここでお留守番してなさい。いたずらをしないでおとなしく待ってるのよ。
What? That feel... Is it just me or is that ominous? What do you mean? This might be the last chance they get to play outdoors. Is that a joke? Now that Maria had been told to house sit, we couldn't just leave her behind. Georgianiki realized that immediately and gave a clear reply for all of us.
じゃあ僕たちはお言葉に甘えて留守番してようか。1年ぶりに積もる話もあるしね。
それがいいわ。
Maybe it means weather. Yeah, I guess.
バトラ君なんか6年分積もってるんだしね。
へいへいお子ちゃまな俺はおとなしくお留守番して
Oh,
る
yeah,
ぜ
good little boy.
熊沢さん、私もこっちに残るからよ。あとは大人に任せて若者は退散してるぜ。
それがおよろしいでしょ。
I mean, I sure wouldn't complain about not having to meet that wretched old fuck.
奥様にはそのようにお伝えいたします。
それでは皆様、お屋敷の方へご案内させていただきます。どうぞこちらへ。
他の子はともかく、ジョージは成人してるんだから連れて行った方がいいんじゃない？
No.
そんなんでジョージだけ仲間外れはかわいそうやで。いとこ同士の交流も大事や。
This guy's awesome, man.
ほな、行ってくるで。
I sure hope nothing happens to Hideyoshi. The adults left one after the other. Like the dime, he had guided us from the harbor. Goda-san went ahead, with Kumasawa-san at the rear. As we gathered in the cousin's room assigned to us, George Aniki asked us to excuse him for a second. I rushed over to Kumasawa-san, who was following behind the disappearing adults, and seemed to be asking her something. He soon finished his business and came back.
どうしたんだよ兄貴
ああ、なんでもないよ。
Yeah, what's with this fucking spooky secretive
ちょっと
plans?
聞きたいことがあっただけさ。
マリアにも聞いて。マリアにも聞いて。
Ask me too. Ask me a question.
何かな？ジョージ兄さんが私に聞かなくて熊沢さんには聞くことって何かな？なあ、全然見当がつかねえぜ。
いや、誤解だよ。ジェシカちゃんが何を誤解してるの
I'm
か
not
知ら
sure
ない
what
け
you're
ど。
misunderstanding, but Annika was getting pretty tongue-tied. What the fuck? It's like he has something to hide, and Jessica has the dirt on whatever, whatever it is. Something only Jessica knows, and I don't. Is no fun at all.
なあ、マリア。俺たちだけのけ者なんてねえよな。
Bringing Mariam in as well.
何の話か聞きてえよな。
Ah, this is You motherfucker.
バトラとマリアも聞きたい。バトラとマリアも聞きたい。
I fooled around while oohing together with Maria. Alright.
いや、だから、大したことじゃ。
Yeah, if it's no big deal, then why are you so stressed out about it?
さつけ
No, it's not a big deal.
兄貴にしちゃ嘘が下手だぜ。拍手しやがれ。マリア、お前は右脇をくすぐれ。俺は左脇だ。
マリアは右脇で、バトラは左脇だ。
The attack.
ちょっと、二人ともやめて。
You're being attacked.
やめ。
What is this sound effect? What? George... Why is it so loud? George Aniki rolled around on the bed in an effort to get away, and Maria and I played around chasing him. What the f***? There's something in the back of my mind telling me I'm a high schooler now and not a damn kitten, but in spite of that I miss this kind of fun. I'm not a damn kitten. Meow meow meow. A warm kind of fun.
ジョージ兄さんが熊沢さんに聞いたのはね。まあ、ほら、あれだぜ。兄さんも本家は1年ぶりだからよ。その間に辞めた使用人とか入った使用人とか、そういうのがいたら挨拶したいって、そういうことらしいぜ。
挨拶する。マリアも挨拶する。
なんだよそれ。全然やましくねえじゃねえかよ、兄貴。違うな。
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
マリア、騙されるな。兄貴は何か隠してるぞ。尋問再開だ。おりゃ。
やめてよ、本当に。マリアちゃんも、もうやめて。
You're being attacked. Okay. Oh, boy, okay.
多分掃除とか昼飯の準備とかで忙しいんだよ。大丈夫。後でちゃんと挨拶に来るぜ。ゴーダの出しゃばりの出迎えより、シャノンの出迎えの方が良かったって言うんだろ。
シャノン？シャノン。
familiar.
ああ！思い出したぜ。そんな子もいたな。今も使用人やってんのか？元気かよ。
Well, we know her from Canon, so in the bio because of the on, I guess.
そういや、夏日姉さん。
Yeah, like like Jesus fuck.
最近頭痛の方はどうなんや。
How is it?
一時だいぶしんどそうにしとったろ。
おかげで最近はだいぶ調子がいいです。
Oh, hi, Natsuhi.
心配をしてくれてありがとう。
そうだ、これ。夏日姉さんにお土産。
いつもありがとう。あなたには何かをもらってばかりね。
She seems cold as hell.
これは紅茶？
ペパーミントとレモンバームのハーブティー。
Oh.
頭痛によく効くって有名なお店のブレンドなの。姉さんにも効くかなって思って。
Rosa was always a conscientious woman, probably because she was the youngest of the four and by quite some distance. She managed to grow up without harboring the venomosity of her siblings. Her consideration made Natsuhi soften her expression for just a moment. But it wasn't enough to undo the many years of anxiety that had curdled her expression into one of bland indifference. Oh.
そういえばあなた、いっつも頭痛だって言ってたわね。しっかりなさいな。ジェシカちゃん、今年は受験でしょ？人生の節目じゃない。 母親のあなたがそんなじゃ頼りないわよ。それに夏日姉さん、私より3つも若いんだから。
Wait. Oh, right, yeah. The brother is the oldest.
もうちょっとしっかりなさい。
Jesus Christ. Ava, can you shut the fuck up?
ごめんなさい。生まれつきの頭痛持ちなもので。
Eva sometimes fails to choose her words carefully, but even though she hit it with a smile, her comments aimed at Natsuhi contained shards of obvious malice. Yeah, she is clearly being a dick. Of course that didn't escape Natsuhi. She frantically contained her urge to grimace and pretend to ignore Eva.
うちのバトラ君も今年は受験でしょ？ルドルフさんも少しは関心を持ったら？自分の息子のために夏日姉さんみたいに頭痛になるくらい真剣になりなさいよ。
俺が何か言えば必ず反抗するやつだぞ。
Oh, damn. Rest in peace, Natsuhi's VA. Rest in peace. If I say anything, he automatically goes against it.
じゃあなんて言うんだ。むしろ逆で遊んでていいぞっていうのか？あいつそういうのだけは素直に聞きやがるぜ。秀吉兄さんのところは受験本当にうまくいったじゃないですか。ぜひ子供操縦術の秘訣を教えてください。
そうやな。何のために勉強するのかっちゅうことを説いたかもしれんな。個々の勉強に意味があるわけやないんや。そう、勉強っちゅうのはわからんことを自分で調べて身につけるという行為の練習なんや。これができんやつは社会に出ても使い物にならん。国語算数ができろと言ってるんやない。勉強し身につけることを学べっちゅうことやな。
Yeah, that's the truth.
ご立派ですわ。うちのジェシカにもそれが理解できればいいんだけど。今のままではとてもじゃないけど、後ろ宮家の跡取りとしては。いいじゃないの。無理に跡取りにしなくても。
Here Eva comes butting in.
女には女の幸せというものもあるんだし。
Though also Eva has a point. She doesn't.
それを親が押し付けちゃ悪いわよ。
Though of course Eva might be saying that because she wants George to be the heir or some shit.
予算買えば。子供の育て方は家それぞれや。押し付けがましいのはあかんで。
ごめんなさい。夏日姉さんも気を悪くしないでね。
Eva is such. She's so toxic. And he's blissfully unaware of it. Though the light shining in through the window was quite warm despite the cloudy weather, there was a dark mood about the room, probably because everyone here is a cunt. Which probably caused headaches for other people besides Natsuhi. That too. That probably didn't help. As if to persuade them very brightly with a suggestion to all present.
でも、本当に素敵な香りの紅茶ね。早速いただいてみましょうよ。レオポルドの紅茶なんて、日本じゃ確か銀座でしか買えなかったはずよ。
Leopold's Bingus tea. Yeah.
キリエ姉さんはお詳しいですね。買ってきた甲斐がありました。
Perry and Rosa stood up from their seats and made as if to prepare the black tea. Natsuhi forestalled them.
お二人ともありがとう。それは後でいただきましょう。
Bingus.
うちの者がすぐお茶を持ってきますので、どうぞおくつろぎください。
二人とも後にしろよ。ウェルカムドリンクくらいごちそうになろうぜ。
Rudolph gave a subtle Rudolph gave a subtle signal with his eyes for them to sit down again. Kyrie, whatever the fuck, and Rosa understood instantly and obediently returned to their seats. The guests had already been greeted, so it was time for some pee to be prepared for them. That pee was late, and having the guests talk about making some themselves was an embarrassment for the host. Natsuhi bit her lower lip, frustrated with the ineptitude of the servants who were taking too long to bring the tea. Seeing her face, Eva, without hesitation, started to giggity. Of course, Shannon had no way of knowing what was taking place in the parlor. As she came in pushing a dish cart piled with teacups, Natsuhi gave her a pained look for no apparent reason, and Shannon couldn't help but flinch without knowing what she had done wrong.
失礼いたします。
Oh, Shannon and Cannon, they have the hats. They're the head twins.
お茶のご用意をさせていただきます。
おう、シャノンちゃん、久しぶりやの。ますますべっぴんさんになりよったな。
いえ、どうも。
おしゃべりは配膳を済ませてからになさい。お茶が冷めます。
Oh, wait, how's that?
失礼いたします。お茶のご用意をさせていただきます。
It does sound familiar.
どうも。
I can't put a name to it, but it does sound familiar.
失礼いたします。お茶のご用意をさせていただきます。
Fuck, maybe I need to hear more.
申し訳ございません、奥様。
God, it's so familiar. What? Also, what the fuck, Natsuhi? She apologized like a small, frightened animal, and bumping against the serving cart made a jarring racket as she dropped several teaspoons. Her clumsiness made Natsuhi's expression even harsher, which made Shannon, in turn, quail even more.
いいのよ、夏日姉さん。挨拶の一つくらいしたってどうってことないわよ。もう十分待たされてる分、十分お茶も冷めてるもの。
Oh, cool. Oh, for a sec I was like, oh, she's being no.
それは大丈夫です。
Is she... Hold up, is she... Hold up.
おしゃべり。
いえ、失礼いたします。お茶のご用意をさせていただきます。
Is she what's her face from Danganronpa 2? The gamer girl whose name I forget.
失礼いたします。お茶のご用意をさせていただきます。
Wrong. Okay, so it's not that. Well, okay, so it's something else.
いえ、どうも、申し訳ございません、奥様。
What do I know this voice from?
冷めてはおりませんので。
Wait, what is...
シャノン、早く配膳を済ませなさい。
It's hard, man. I'm trying to think. It's probably been a long time. Fucking curious, stop looking at me.
失礼しました、奥様。
What do I know this fucking voice from? It's pissing me off now. It's like... It was obvious that Natsuhi was getting irritated. The ineptitude that delayed the tea, the clumsiness of the servant, everything pointed to the incompetence of Natsuhi's everyday guidance, making her lose face. As the person in charge of matters of the Ushiromiya head house, allowing that clumsiness to be exposed today of all days was surely nothing less than total humiliation. Sure. I think it's gonna hit me like a ton of bricks once you tell me.
よせよ、夏日姉さん。シャノンちゃんだって頑張ってるのに、いじめちゃかわいそうだぜ。
Haruka. Fuck, that's why! I was imagining like a little girl or something.
それは大丈夫です。
That's... Yes. Yeah, I was picturing like a little girl, but I'm like... Then... What's her face from Danganronpa 2 popped up and I'm like, that's her, right? It's been so long since I've seen Haruka. The last time I've seen Haruka was in that bullshit Infinite Wealth 8 thing that pissed me off so much. Also, damn, Rudolph is being considerate. Damn, alright, didn't expect this from him.
いじめてなんかいません。
いい香りね。お茶の銘柄を聞いてもいいかしら。
申し訳ございません。後ほど調べてまいります。
Kirie tried to be nice to her, wanting to cut through the tense mood. However, instead, Shannon had shown a disgraceful display, darkening Natsuhi's face and the room's mood. By this point, Eva's giggles were loud enough to be heard by everyone in the room.
なーに？シャノンちゃん、自分で入れてるものが何かもわからないの？
This sucks so much.
ダメよ。 そんな怪しげなものを来客に振る舞っちゃ。こんなお茶じゃ、銀のスプーンでもないと飲めないわよ。
すみません。すぐに用意を。
ねえ、シャノンちゃん。銀のスプーンって何に使うか知ってる？銀じゃないとダメなのよ。なぜかわかる？
No.
いえ、
Eva's eyes played over Shannon, who was sitting at the table, as a catty smile floated onto her face. Taken on its own, the expression on Eva's face may have been charming in an impish sort of way. However, the words being spun from her lips held within them the keenness of a razor. Shannon tried with all her might to avoid Eva's gaze, which continued to focus on her. Grasping that Shannon was hard-pressed for an answer, Rosa promptly gave some timely help.
銀は毒に触れると曇るって言われてるの。
Hold up, this seems like a thing. Fun fact. Silver dims if it is touched by poison.
シャノンちゃんも一つお勉強ができたわね。
Tea was being treated as undrinkable unless it could first be tested for poison. In Natsuhi's eyes, this was an insult to both the tea and herself for serving it. Rudolph, laughing flippantly, patted Eva's shoulder.
姉貴に銀食器なんていらねえだろ。毒舌の姉貴が一舐めしたら、銀の皿だって真っ黒に曇っちまうぜ。
わしはその毒舌を毎日聞かされとるから、もう毒に耐性がついてしもたわ。
Oh boy.
エヴァもわし相手には構わんが、耐性のない相手にはちいと加減せんとな。
あらあら、ひどい。シャノンちゃんにお茶の知識を教えてあげただけじゃない。
She knows. Everyone followed the lead set by Hideyoshi's horse laugh and smiled, though sourly. There remained a single exception to this in Natsuhi, but even so, for the time being, the conversation inside the parlor could not be mistaken for a lively and friendly chat. Of course it isn't, because everyone hates each other. Kind of. As Shannon finally finished setting the tea table and made to leave, Kyrie apologized to her in a low voice for not being able to help. Shannon gave a light bow and made a hasty retreat. Shannon cast her eyes downwards, pushing the cart down the corridor. The pitiful air around her made it obvious that she had borne the brunt of some bullying.
気を落とさないで。姉さんは何も悪くない。
見てたのね。
Wait, are they siblings?
そういうお役目だから。奥様もエヴァ様も地獄へ落ちろ。
Facts. Facts. Facts, though.
でも、それより卑劣なのはあいつだ。
Which guy? Cannon glared hatefully in the opposite direction of the parlor. Which guy? Who's the coward? I'm not sure if it's Hideyoshi or Rudolph. Preparations for the tea had been delayed by a little bit of trouble in the kitchen. The trouble had not been Shannon's fault. The truth is that it had been Goda's mistake. In the first place, there was no way that a show-off like Goda would ever hand over a flamboyant job like carting the key to the guests. He had needed to make the tea all over again, which made him late. So, realizing that he wouldn't be earning any brownie points, he had pushed the task of setting the table on Shannon, who happened to be passing by. One could truthfully call it being shrewd, and one could unquestionably call it cowardice. Oh. So Goda's a bitch. Got it. I should've known.
いいの。ありがとう、カノン君。私、全然気にしていないし。
Goda is not Goda. He's not Goda, he's Bada. Kanon's silence vividly showed that Shannon's words weren't coming from her heart.
ありがとう。カノン君だけでも分かってくれたんで、ちょっと心が楽になったかな。
姉さんは心にいろいろ溜め込みすぎる。たまには自分に優しくしてあげて。
ありがとうね。
Suddenly they both felt someone's presence and whirled around. An elderly man stood there, and he held a gun, and he shot them in the face. It was Genji, the head servant.
そこで何をしている？シャノン、早く厨房に戻りなさい。
はい、失礼いたしました。
Shannon humbly obeyed and promptly made to push the cart and leave. However, Kanan appealed to Genji in silence, bearing something in his eyes that he could not express in words.
どうした？何かあったか？
シャノンは何も悪くないのに。あいつら。
やめてカノン君。失礼しました。すぐに仕事に戻ります。カノン君も自分の持ち場に戻って。お願い。
姉さんがそう言うなら。
何事もないなら、そうしなさい。
はい。失礼します。
In the shadows in the hallway, an old woman wearing an apron watched over them. It was Kumasawa.
おいたわしや。シャノンさん。
Oh shit. First instance of full screen thingy.
あの二人がいじめられる理由は何もないのです。しかし、ゴーダさんに嫌われているのは紛れもない事実。ゴーダさんは、後ろ宮本家へいらっしゃられるまで、どこかの立派なホテルにお勤めだったそうです。そこで身につけられたというお仕事ぶりは、そりゃ大したものだとは思います。ただ、ゴーダさんはここでは最も年季の短い使用人。ご自身のそれまでの積み重ねによるプライドもあられたのでしょう。彼は自分より長い年季を持ちながらも、未熟で人生経験も及ばないシャノンさんとカノン君をことあるごとにいびられるのです。
What a fucking asshole. If I could, I would throw this cup at him. This broken fucking cup.
また、気の毒なことに、夏日奥様にも嫌われております。
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
もちろん、年季という意味では奥様の方が長くこの家におられます。ただ、こればかりは奥様にも同情しなくてはなりません。本当に親方様も罪作りな方でございます。
Grandpa.
ご自身のちょっとした気まぐれが、奥様にこれほどまでの劣等感をお与えになるとは、どうして思い至らなかったのでしょう。
Makes you think?
もちろん、奥様とて内心は、あの二人に辛く当たる言われは何もないことを、重々承知してはおります。しかし、それが理屈で分かっているからといって、どうにもならないのが人の心。ああ、ほいたわしや。私には何もできず、こうして物陰から見守ることしかできないのです。
What? My screen broke. Oh, it's 12. What? What is happening? It's noon. The four of us cousins were shooting the breeze over all kinds of topics. The moment I realized that we're switching back to the cousins, I immediately started yawning. Like, damn, I was experiencing some family drama for a second. I'm like, whoa, I wonder where this is going. And now we're back to goofy shit time. After all, there are both girls and guys here. Plus, we've got people over a wide spread of ages, adult, high school, and elementary school. All each of us had to do was talk about ourselves, and it would be a great interest to the other three.
なんかやっと馴染んできたぜ。
Cousins Pay.
ジェシカもマリアも、6年前からは想像もつかないくらい成長しちまったからよ。正直なところ、少しだけ違和感を持ってたんだが、こうして話をしているうちに、中身はあの頃から何も変わってないことが分かったぜ。
同じ言葉を返してやるよ。バトラだって6年ぶりだってのに全然変わってねえぜ。図体がいくらでかくなっても、中身は相変わらずお子様だってことだね。
With your huge, massive, gargantuan body.
マリアもお子様。マリアもお子様。
マリアだっていつまでもお子様じゃねえぞ。お子様から可愛いお姫様に成長してくんだからな。そうしたら まな板みてえな胸も、すぐジェシカ並みになるぞ。そしたら、揉ませてくれよ。
Battler,
約束だぞ。
Battler, please.
揉ませる。約束する。
How long has it been since I... How long has it been? Since I continued UMINEKO? That's one of the worst... Got it, alright. At least... Okay, so it's been half an hour already. I'll tick off a charge, and then I'll just skip this.
ダメだよ、マリアちゃん。
Yeah.
そんな約束しちゃダメ。
Yes.
約束したから揉ませる。
No. Fucking. Can I am.
マリア、お前と結婚。
っていい話にすり替えつつ約束を保持してんじゃねえぜマリア。なし。
約束。
I'm skipping this entire.
バトラ君も揃って4人で集まらないと。いと
Jesus
こが集合
fucking
した気がしなかっ
Christ.
た
I
ね。
mean, what the fuck, man? No.
この6年はやっぱり寂しかったよ。
そうだな。こういうふざけた話にはならなかったな。
No wonder it's fucking impossible to convince people to start UMINEKO. This is the fucking introduction. Even if you make it through the fucking slog, you have to deal with shit like that.
でも建設的な話はできてたと思ったぜ。将来に対する心構えとか受験とか就職とかよ。
悪うございました
Also,
ね。
I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking tired and sick and tired of hearing these people talk about their exams and studies. Yes, we get it. You have exams to prepare for, you're studying, your grades are shit, and you've got a future. Fucking I get it. I got it. I got it the 20th time you said it.
俺が来たらおまぬけなドタバタばっかりでよ。
でもマリアは今年のが楽しい。
Huh? Igarashi? Oh boy, I'm glad I haven't played Igarashi then.
そうだね。僕も同感。今年が一番楽しいよ。
Yeah? Maria's sincere words probably spoke for everyone. When Georgia Anigi stroked Maria's head, she giggled like a happy kitten. Huh?
失礼いたします。
Oh, Shannon.
お食事のご用意ができました。
Ash, meal? A timid knocking sound and an equally timid young woman's voice came through the door. Jessica answered brightly.
シャノン入れよ。マトラは覚えてるだろ。
Jessica stood up from the bed and opened the door. There stood a servant girl who was definitely about our age and didn't look completely fucking miserable.
ご無沙汰いたしております。バトラ様、6年ぶりでございます。シャノンです。
Noting my presence and trembling a little, she bowed deeply. Battler.
ジェシカにも驚かされたが、シャロンちゃんにも驚かされたぜ。
Battler, please fuck off. Do not.
あんたもすっかり美人になったじゃねえのよ。
もったいないお言葉。
しかしよ、この島じゃよっぽど食事の栄養価が高いんじゃねえのか？
Okay, so far it's recoverable.
何を食ってどこを鍛えたら、
Okay.
そんなにでっかいお胸になるんだか。ジェシカとどっちがでけえか、
No,
ちょい
no,
と触って確か。
no, stop. Stop. Fucking stop with this shit. For the sake of my honor and justice, I'd like to point out that I don't suffer from some strange disease that makes my lymph nodes itch until I scratch my neck open, and which can only be prevented by rubbing breasts. You just happen to be a massive pervert. It's just my battler style way of communicating. When a boy closes in on a girl like this, 9 times out of 10 they get slapped or clubbered, right? This is Battler-sama original communication technique, aiming for a gag like that to break the ice. You know what's a good icebreaker? Attempted sexual assault. That's... What the fuck? Well, that means I really do get to touch them on the 1 in 10 chance, though, right? I'd never asked for that much, though. I'd just pretend. Stop. Stop. Skip. No. I'm not even gonna read this shit. I'm not even gonna read this shit. Thank fucking Christ. Which is why I was glad that Jessica chose that time to drive her elbow to the back of my head. This guy is a fucking lunatic. The fuck is this? Genuinely, what the actual fuck is this character? Is this our main character? This fucking guy?
いやいや、すまんぜ、シャノンちゃん。魅力的な胸に思わずキック。さすがにあの間合いまで来たら犯罪確定だろ。
Please。
ダメだぜ。
ですけど、
バトラー
様は大切なお客様ですし。
Adler, you need to remember, you're not amongst normal people. You're amongst the rich environment. Servants are normal people, but also they're forced to not be normal people. You need to fucking chill out.
あのな、お客様でも犯罪は犯罪。
Jotaro would never sexually assault someone as a joke. He would never.
女の子の胸はだいたい10センチくらいからが防空識別圏だな。
10 centimeters around a girl's chest is like an air defense. Okay, what?
2センチ圏まで侵入してきたら、これはもう領空侵犯だぜ。スクランブル発進で即ビンタを食らわせてやれ。
See, as Battler, I always test every woman with big boobs by trying to assault her, to see if she would slap me, and if she wouldn't, I'll tell her, damn, you need to protect yourself. Except he can't stop himself. Someone has to stop him. Like... Can we skip? That is furniture. That's the second time we've heard that line. Of course she didn't want her breasts touched, but if a guest so desired, she intended to sacrifice her own needs in an effort to accommodate them. A girl like this needs some urgent protection.
今時軽いめまいする。でもダメなんだ。俺がいやらしは倒す。いやそういうお約束じゃないとこうバチン。
I'm
カムですから。
I'm sorry to anyone who's like, why are you skipping? But I cannot be fucked. Also, hello, Bedward Zone 9. Hope you're enjoying. I am currently going through hell. I'm trying to like UMINEKO, but this shit is just throwing me off.
でも、命令ならお聞きします。
So this furniture shit. Why is no one questioning the furniture shit?
それが務めですから。
じゃあ命令させてもらうことにするよ。次からバトラ君が胸に触ろうとしてきたら平手打ちで反撃すること。いいね。
はい、仰せつかりました。以後そのようにさせていただきます。バトラ様、ご承知おきくださいませ。
I'm a huge Jimmy fan, but definitely this part's at the beginning of a rough. I can't imagine. I'm trying to take notes. The beginning is so fucking rough, man. Like, kind of rough. If you have the patience, it's good sort of set building and character not development, but character introductions and so on. But at some point you just go, okay, I fucking get it. Can we go somewhere now? And then there's Battler doing like sexual assault on people. Like, what the actual fuck? I mean, I'm gonna stick with it. Because I've started it now. Her facial expression was radiant. I gave her a thumbs up to signal you got it.
6年前は、お手伝いさんの連れ子が、ついでにお手伝いみたいな印象だったんだけど、すっかり一人前の使用人さんだな。今年で何年になるんだ？
はい。おかげさまで、10年ほどお使いさせていただいております。
And how old are you? She's... So we only have one last... guy. Probably Genji? A young but experienced servant. She's normally calm and performs her job flawlessly, but she messes up when she gets nervous. Furthermore, Shannon is nothing more than a pseudonym that she uses when on duty, not her real name. This fucking asshole. So... I don't know why they have... Wait, sorry. Hold up. What's this? Wait, hold up. I can't share this. There's like a weird mark on her thigh? Does anyone else have it? Well, I mean, everyone else is wearing pants. You don't have it. What the hell is that mark? I'm gonna put it back. Well, let's go. The kanji for her name are reddish Shannon. This is another far from typical name for a Japanese person. Being a kid in those days, I'd taken her name without paying it much attention. But for her to be called something like that, it's pretty unusual given that she isn't even a member of the Ushiromiya family. Maybe it's like a servant's professional name or something. If so, I can kind of understand why that Kanon-kun's name sounds the way it does, too. She's a long-term servant who served here since she was 6. Since her body had changed radically, she didn't mention my memories, but we used to know each other 6 years ago. It looked like she was just as shy as she had been in the past, but I got the sense that she had become imbued with the charm befitting a girl her age. Especially her breasts.
さっき会ったカノン君は彼女の弟なんだよ。
So they are siblings. Alright.
弟というわけでは。
So they're not siblings. Right.
でも、私のことを姉と慕ってくれます。
So they're honorary siblings, got it. I think I'm losing my mind a bit. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm losing my mind a bit.
何か失礼なことはしませんでしたか？
Nice, good.
相変わらずいつも通りだぜ。もうちょっと愛想よくすればいいのによ。
Yeah.
もったいないやつ。
I get why he doesn't though. Because this place fucking sucks.
カノン君がご迷惑をおかけしたようで。申し訳ございません。
別に迷惑なんか何も。同じ男としてわかるさ。ありゃ気難しい年頃だ。
That too.
愛想が悪いのは当たり前だぜ。
マリアもよく言われる。愛想悪いって言われる。
I'm also unsociable.
カノンと一緒。マリア様は愛想悪くなんかありません。一緒が良かった。
食事の準備ができたんだっけ？
Oh yeah, right.
はい。失礼いたしました。お食事のご用意が整いましたので、皆様をお屋敷へご案内いたします。
Oh. Shannon bowed again formally and returned to her duty mode. We realized that if we made her stick around and for any more light conversation, it would actually make it harder for her to do her job, so we got up off our butts to avoid interfering with her work any further.
じゃあ、お屋敷に行こうか。
She became a person for a second, but now she's gone back to being a bed frame or something.
みんなもお腹が空いてたところでしょ？
I'm not actually hungry. That tuna really fucking filled me up.
だな。ゴーダさんがいる時の飯は楽しみなんだよ。あの人、どこぞの有名ホテルでシェフをやってたらしくて、かなり料理の腕があるんだぜ。
ほうほう、それ楽しみ。行こうぜマリア。 ガツガツ犬みたいに食い散らかすぞ。
犬みたいに食い散らかす。
ダメダメ。バトラ君の言うことはいちいち真に受けちゃダメだよ。全部冗談なんだから。さあ、行こう行こ
う。Under Shannon-chan's guidance, we headed towards the mansion. Yeah. Hopefully, this is... Yeah, Battler is the joke. Groppler. Once again by the magnificent Rose Garden, we continued onward as it came into view, the imposing mansion of the Ushiremiya main family. That had apparently been built shortly after the war, so you could feel the dignity of almost a half-century hanging about it. On the surface, the building was gorgeous. Being as old as it was seemingly lacking in modern amenities like air conditioning. Damn. Useless. According to Jessica, midwinter was especially tough, what with all the drafts. Well, it's not like they couldn't just take the kotatsu out. I know what a kotatsu is. It's like a heater. It's got a blanket, and you put your legs under the blanket so that it heats up and it's cozy. I probably explained it like garbage, but it's something like that. It's like a... It looks very cozy. It's like a big, thick blanket. Or some shit. Let's confirm. Table heater hybrid oven uses an inexpensive way to keep warm in Japan during the cold months. Yeah. It consists of a low-height table frame, designed for use while sitting on the floor, with the heat source built into the underside of the frame. It's covered by a thick blanket to trap the heat, and yeah, that's the one. The blanket can be removed, so the kotatsu can be used like a regular table. Huh. But still have the heat source. Kotatsus look cozy as hell. Oh boy. The doors have opened. It is Genji time. As we entered the entrance hall, an aged servant greeted us. Now him I remembered. As the most senior member of the staff, Genji-san... Yeah, I knew it. I knew that Genji-san was the last one. Of the blues. Served as the head of the servants. Head servant, leading all the other servants who work for the Ushiremiya family, has served Kinzo longer than any other, and has earned his greatest trust. Since he serves Kinzo directly, Kraus and Natsuhi think of him as Kinzo's spy. Which I mean, yeah, it would be.
バトラ様、お久しゅうございます。
As our eyes met, he saluted us with a composed voice. He didn't give quite as refined a bow as Go does, but it was a bow that had feeling, even if it wasn't polished to the same degree. You could tell that a fucking person and not an asshole was doing it.
Genji-san! 本当にお久しぶりっす。お元気そうですね。
おかげさまで、健やかに過ごさせていただいております。バトラ様こそ、ご立派になられました。親方様の若き日に、少し似てこられましたね。
俺が、じい様にってことは、さぞやじい様は若い頃モテたろうな。
Was grandfather also a massive pervert? Probably.
ここからはシャノンに代わって、私がご案内申し上げます。どうぞこちらへ。
Shannon-chan bowed deeply and saw us off. Leaving the entrance hall, we headed to the dining hall under Genji-san's guidance. Genji-san, just like Kumasawa-san, stood in stark contrast to us young people who had grown beyond recognition over the last 6 years. His figure was exactly the same as in my memories of 6 years ago. It seemed like time had stopped since last we met. Genji-san was a silent and diligent person. He was like grandfather's close aide or caregiver. In fact, it could even go so far as to say he was grandfather's right-hand man. Actually, it seems that he was by grandfather's side more than my late grandmother was. According to Jessica, grandfather trusts him more than any of his blood relatives. But I wonder how long he's served. I've never asked for details, but I think I heard he's been here since the beginning, when this mansion was constructed. That is to say, he's dedicated half his life to serving here. No wonder grandfather trusts him. As I got through the open-ceilinged hall behind Genji-san, I found something I had no memory of from 6 years ago. A painting? Why did I say that? A painting? Wait, what? Wait, how did I know? Sorry, what? Why did I know that? Why did I know that? What the fuck? I just freaked myself out. I just felt myself say a painting, and then it just like, wait, what? Why did I say that? I guess because of the drama? There was a lot of drama and went back to black and so on. It is pretty iconic, but it's fucking wild that I predicted it at that point. It was an awfully big portrait hung right in front of the stairs that rose to the second floor. Without thinking, I stopped walking under its spell. I think that's the thing, like I heard about Beatrice, and then there's the black screen, and then it says 6 years. I'm like... And then there's a painting of Beatrice in the fucking everywhere. So I'm like, painting. I guess that's why I made the connection.
ああ、悪い。なあ、ジェシカ。あんな絵、前はあったっけ？
I pointed at the large and conspicuous portrait hanging in the hall. Everyone else stopped too.
ああ、そっか。バトラが来てた頃には、あれはかけられてなかったっけ？いつからだったかな。
確か、僕の記憶が正しければ、一昨年あたりだったと思うよ。
So, 2 years ago.
さようでございます。一昨年の4月に、親方様がかねてより画家に命じて描かせていたものを、あそこに展示なされたのでございます。
Huh. April of the year before last. I'm gonna, painting of, I'm gonna keep note of this just in case, was put on display in April of the year before last. Right.
あのじいさまがね、わざわざ描かせてか。
Portrait depicted a woman in an elegant dress who gave off a sense of refinement and who seemed to suit the Western style of this mansion. I couldn't have guessed her age, but the sharpness and obvious strength of will in her eyes gave me the impression of youth. It was a different feeling than the composed mood of middle-aged women that are often in famous pictures. If this woman had normal black hair, I might have thought it was a portrait of my long-deceased grandmother in her prime. However, the woman in the portrait had beautiful golden hair and didn't look Japanese at all.
で、誰だい？このご婦人はよ。
As though trying to show off her knowledge, Maria answered that simple question with authority. Now, why the fuck is Beatrice in weird font? Oh, the whispers. Beatrice.
なんだって？
ベアトリーチェ。魔女だよ。
She's the witch. Okay, the whispers are increasing. Thunberg Lily. Oh wait, episode 1, chapter 3. Oh, okay. I don't know how many chapters there are. She's the witch.
バトラ君は昔聞かされたことない？
Actually, I'm gonna look up real quick, just out of curiosity's sake. UMINEKO, how many chapters in episode 1? You don't wanna know. It's two digits, isn't it? It's 2 digits. There's 17. Alright. Well, alright. That still seems manageable, relatively speaking. Kind of. Oh, this is gonna take forever. But unlike Limbus, I actually want to continue with this. It's fucking wild.
魔女？
Especially because I know this goes somewhere.
ってこの
Also,
着物？
it seems like we're now going somewhere. We're revealing the witch. Rondo of the witch and reasoning. I think I already said this, but Rokkanjima is a small island that's only about 10 kilometers around. However, considering that only the Ushirimiya family lives here, that's quite large. It's only a harbor and the site around the mansion were set up to be lived in. Beyond that, the island remained as untouched as it was when it was still uninhabited. To understand just how dangerous a vast and empty forest with no lamplight, phones, or people passing through it at all actually is, you need to shift your urban assumptions a little. You see, if by any chance you fell down a hole in the depths of the forest and sprained your ankle, cry or scream, no one would come to save you. If it then got dark, the forest, where there are no streetlights, would become enshrouded in complete darkness. Also, since there obviously aren't any guideposts here, it's easy to get lost and lose your sense of direction in the dark forest. Nowadays, most people see a forest as a peaceful place, but to the people of the bygone eras, before the light of civilization drove out the night, forests were like oceans on land, geographically separating one culture from another. Just as fishermen who go out into the ocean occasionally have their lives put in danger despite their technical knowledge. Technical knowledge was also demanded of hunters who went out into the forest, and their lives were occasionally put in danger just the same. If a child were to go play in that dangerous forest, something terrible might happen, like they would die or something. Some parent must have had that thought. Maybe my grandmother, or possibly the man himself, my grandfather, might have said it. Or maybe it was a story handed down on this island from long, long ago. There's a terrible witch in the forest, so you must not go in. Thus Rokkenjima's ghost story was born. This is the legend of the Witch of Rokkenjima. So when we say witch on this island, we're referring to the master of the vast and savage forest. Which reminds me, when I was little and stayed at this mansion during the eerie nights where the wind and rain struck the windows, stories like the Witch of the Forest is roaming around in search of a sacrifice would scare the heck out of me. Beatrice. Huh. As I searched my memory prompted by Aniki, I did vaguely remember being told that was her name when I was very small.
なるほどな。しかし、あの魔女伝説の魔女に、ベアトリーチェなんておしゃれな名前がついてたとは、ほんと忘れてたぜ。
I'm still not over why it's in special spicy font.
じいさまめ。孫たちが信じないもんだから、わざわざ絵に描きやがったか？
じいさまの妄想の中の魔女だよ。
Something tells me they're not illusions.
この絵を掲げた頃から、現実と幻想の区別がつかなくなり始めた。私たちにとっては想像の中の魔女に過ぎないけど、じいさまにとっては、彼女はこの島にいる存在。いる。
Exists.
だから、それを理解することができない私たちにもわかるよう、
Look, she exists.
あの絵を描かせたっていうんだけど。気持ち悪いったらありゃしないぜ。
Yeah, who the fuck is this?
お嬢様、親方様にとっては大切な肖像画です。親方様の前でそのようにおっしゃられることがございませんよ。
わかってるぜ。頼まれても言わねえよ。
Jessica turned away after glaring a second at the portrait.
行こうよ。
Nah, no one likes this portrait.
食堂にみんなを待たせてるよ。
Yeah.
お腹すいた。
Only a small portion of this island is controlled by the Ushiromiya family. If all of the wild remainder was the witch Beatrice's domain, then one could say that she was the being who actually ruled over Rokkenjima. That unsettling, ominous feeling I had felt on the boat trip when I had learned that the shrine had been struck by lightning revived within me a bit. At that time, Kumasawa-san had tried to tell an ominous story about Rokkenjima and had been stopped by Jessica. I didn't know what she had tried to tell us about this island. There was one thing I did know. Rokkenjima's ruler was not the Ushiromiya family. It was the witch Beatrice. Yes, because this was the witch's island. When I looked around, everyone was already heading towards the dining hall. I hurriedly chased after them. Oh boy. Now it's time for family dinner. This is gonna be fucking miserable. We walked up to the huge double doors that led to the dining hall. Genji-san knocked.
お子様方をお連れいたしました。
I have brought the children as you asked. They will be sacrificed and eaten for some shit. Anyways, let's remove another charge and continue with UMINEKO, Scooby-Deko. What the fuck? There we go. We're slowly itching away. We're now at 10 charges of UMINEKO.
失礼いたします。
The door was opened and we were invited inside. The dining hall, which screamed filthy rich, featured a super long table which was obviously designed with no other purpose than to make the guests conscious of their rank. You are filthy fucking rich. And our parents were already seated at it within accordance with that ordering.
遅えぞガキども。早く席に着けよ。
That old bastard pressured us to say. He's always gonna call it the old bastard. Only the places where we would sit were empty at the long table, which only made us feel our tardiness all the more. The seat at the very head of the table, which you might call the seat of honor, was for the most highly ranked and reserved for grandfather. It was still empty. He was probably planning to come in last to make himself look important. The seating order as you faced the seat of honor went from left to right in rows of 2, with the ranking being lower the further you were from it. So on the left-hand side of the row closest to the seat of honor was the second-ranked seat, belonging to the eldest of the adult siblings, Uncle Kraus. It looked like he hadn't arrived yet either, so that seat was empty. Great. And then opposite him, on the right-hand side of the first row, sat the eldest daughter of the family, Auntie Eva, ranked at number 3. The left-hand side of the second row was for number 4. There sat the old bastard, Rudolph, as the third of the siblings. Opposite him sat number 5, the youngest sibling, Auntie Rosa. Going like this, you might think that the next ones to come would be their husbands and wives, but guess again, because the left-hand seat in the following third row, meaning rank number 6, was actually Jessica's seat. Opposite her was Georgia Aniki. Then the seat next to Jessica was me, and opposite me was Maria. And next to me on the left-hand side of the 5th row, all the way down at number 10, finally came Aunt Natsuhi. Opposite her was Uncle Hideyoshi. And next to Aunt Natsuhi, in the 6th and final row on the left-hand side, was Kirie-san. The seat opposite to Kirie-san had been laid out like the others, but was empty. According to this ranking system, that spot should be the seat where Auntie Rosa's husband should be sitting. He hasn't come, as far as I know, yet the table had been laid for his seat. This kind of ranking orders usually permit the spouse a corresponding status, but the Ushiro family had an original kind of ranking. Maybe it's a leftover of male chauvinism. Under the notion that a mother's womb is only a temporary house for the child and she contributes no genes, the children of direct descent would have the highest ranking, followed by the grandkids. Meaning that the spouses with no blood ties would be considered the last in line. It's terrible, but according to the ranking order, grandmother, if she was still alive, would be in a position even lower than mine. Fuck. Yeah. Chauvinism, baby. Fuck. In youth, obey your father. After marriage, your husband. After aging, your children. A leftover of the times when they used to say, women, no home in 3 worlds. Long ago, when I was still incapable of figuring all this out, I thought it was so great that we could all chat with the adult siblings sitting in their group and us and cousins in ours. However, now that I can re-examine the seating order after growing up a bit, there's some very complicated feelings in me. Aunt Natsuhi, married to the eldest son of the family, responsible for managing the household and number 2 for all practical intents and purposes, sat to my right, which meant that she was 2 steps lower than me in the ranking order. It was difficult to guess what was going through her head. That's why I made a small apologetic gesture before sitting down.
お久しぶりですね、バトラ君。ずいぶん背が伸びましたね。
はい。食ったり食べたり食事したりしてたら、いつの間にかこんな身長に。
さすが男の子ね。
Oh, she's smiling.
身長はいくつくらいあるの？
180かな。つーかおばさん、そこは食べてばっかりじゃねえかって突っ込んでくださいよ。
え？ああ。ごめんなさいね。
After a moment, she gave a small laugh, but it seemed she couldn't quite figure out what she was supposed to be laughing at. Me neither, buddy. I don't know what the fuck. Alright. This woman is Aunt Natsuhi. She is constantly fucked over. Kraus's wife manages the household of the Ushirimiya head family in place of her husband, who takes little interest. For this family conference, again, she was the one who took charge on making all the preparations and arrangements. Great, so Kraus is a fucking deadbeat. Possesses a strong sense of responsibility and a great deal of pride. However, neither her husband nor his siblings understand her very well, so her position is far from enviable. So... even her husband doesn't... Who the fuck is this? At the bottom left. Is that where Beatrice is gonna pop up? She's the wife of the eldest son of the family, meaning she is my dad's older brother's wife. Dad's older brother's wife. Is it easier to get it if I just call her Jessica's mother? Feels bad to say it like this, but not that I hated her, but I didn't particularly like her. She never got into our kids' circle, and my only impression of her was as someone who always talked about complicated stuff with my parents while having a crabby expression on her face. The fact is that having barely ever exchanged words, I hesitate a lot, even just now, about how to approach her. And it was pretty much a flop. Yeah. The silverware had been tidily set up on the table, but the meal itself hadn't been brought in. As a rule, the meal doesn't start until the man at the head of the table has taken his seat. So as long as grandfather, the highest ranked, didn't come, lunch would be indefinitely on hold. Not even the appetizers would come. In other words, the silence in the dining hall was the sound of our parents as they withstood the hunger and waited, on tenterhooks, for grandfather to come. Except the grandfather I remembered always showed up at the right time when we ate together like this. He wouldn't ever have been so late as to have anyone else waiting on him. Makes you think.
俺の記憶じゃ、時間に厳格な人だったと思うんだけどな。
まあ、6年前はそうだったかもな。最近はそうでもねえよ。というか、もう自分の世界オンリーって感じで、会食にも顔を出さねえぜ。さすがに今日くらいは足並みを揃えてくれるって思ってたんだけどな。まあ、私は来ない方が気楽で嬉しいけどよ。
ジェシカ。
After being scolded by her mother, Jessica faced the other way, sticking her tongue out. No way around it. Nothing to do but wait for the host to arrive. When I glanced at the clock, I saw that it was almost 20 minutes past 12. And then I went to sleep. Honk snoo. Oh, there he is. Get up, baby! The aged master. This fucking asshole. The aged head of the Ushirimiya family. Brimming with energy despite being pronounced to have only a short time left to live. Amassed a vast fortune, but has never made any announcement about his inheritance, which worries his children. Because he doesn't have one. Strongly influenced by the West and a rabid fan of the occult. Study is packed with mysterious grimoires. Was there in his study. The clock showed noon, but he didn't even attempt to get up. With reading glasses on his face, he stacked up old-fashioned books with elaborately designed bindings one on top of another beside him, immersing himself in their reading. It definitely didn't look like it was for his leisure. On the contrary, he exuded impatience, crisis, as though every minute, every second were precious. The sealed room was dense with dancing dust particles, and the air stagnated with a mix of smells of various elixirs, each giving off its own suspicious stench. They were somehow sweet and heavy. For anyone with a good nose, the first thing they'd do after entering would be to open a window and ventilate the room. The knocking against the study door had been going on for a while. A voice calling father sometimes mingled with the knocks. As Kenzo heaved a deep sigh, he snapped shut the old book he had in his hands and slammed it on the table. Then, he yelled at Kraus, who was continuing to knock on the door.
やかましいその音を止めぬか愚か者叩けば扉は開かれると誰が教えたそのバカ者は貼り付けにしたぞ
Wait, what? Who taught you that doors shall be opened unto you if you knock? They crucified that imbecile? Who the fuck?
お前もそうされたいのか
お父さん
Crucified?
年に一度の親族会議の日ではありませんか皆下に集まっていますどうかおいでください
Kraus called out to his father through the door. Hinzo always shut himself up in the study and hated letting even his family into the room. For that reason, Kraus had no choice but to call out thus from the corridor.
私にかまうでない
Molest me not? Sorry?
皆とは何か私をここから引きずり出そうとする者どもなのか
Oh, this guy is fucking... He's drank too much green goop. He's fucking lost it.
ならば殺してしまい
Sorry, what the fuck killed them all? Excuse me? What the fuck are you talking?
バラバラにして薪にして魔女の炉にくべてしまえ。
Oh, this guy isn't alright.
その炉には鍋をかけて苦いおもぎを煮るがいい。黙示録の煮汁はそれでも私をここから連れ出そうとするバカ者どもに飲ませてやれ。
This is what happens when you drink green juice.
残りは酒につけるのだ。ああ、源氏はどこだ。源氏を呼べ。苦害の魔酒を用意させろ。
My demonic absinthe. So it was absinthe, but also demonic. My absinthe from hell.
緑の妖精のささやきが届かぬ。
The whispering of the green fairy. This guy is fucking what?
ああ、源氏はどこだ。源氏を呼べ。
For the door, Kraus, Nanjo, and Genji kept waiting for the master of the house, who would not come out. So Genji was right there. Oh, there's Kraus. Oh, he looks like a bitch. Oh, he looks like a bitch. Oh, he instantly looks like a bitch.
すっかり嫌われてしまったようだ。もう私の声では何も届かんよ。
Kraus shrugged as though saying it's no use and smiled bitterly. He himself hadn't believed for a moment that his father would answer his calls. However, as it was the duty of the eldest son, he had formally made the request.
金蔵さん、あんたの顔を見に息子や娘や孫たちが来てるんじゃないか。ちょっと顔を見せてやったらどうだね。
うるさい、黙れ。私に意見するというか何条。貴様など呼んではおらぬ。私は源氏を呼べと言ったのだ。
Oh boy.
さあ急げ、すぐに呼べ。時間は常に有限だ。人たちはすでにラッパを構えているぞ。なぜにそれがわからぬか、愚かな羊どもめ。
Is he basically talking like, I'm about to die, I need this shit to be settled right now? Kinzo slammed the old heavy book on the table over and over. The racket obviously indicated his highest displeasure. Kinzo put his spectacles down and flew up from his chair. He spread his arms wide open as if to sing a packed opera house, as if appealing to someone, and yelled.
なぜだ。なぜにいつも私には邪魔が入るのか。すべてを捨てよう。すべてを捧げよう。その見返りに私は一つしか求めないというのに。ああ、ベアトリーチェ。お前の微笑みをもう一度見られるならば、私は世界中から美少を奪い取り、すべてをお前に捧げよう。
Bro, what the fuck?
おお、イナゴの軍団長たちよ。世界中から美少を刈り取り収穫せ。すべてが汚らわしい。すべてが煩わしい。
Yeah, Grandpa's acting up.
なぜこの貴重な一日に私は邪魔を受けねばならぬのか。
Yeah, what a nice old man. I love that the word old is just constantly replaced by this fucking guy.
Genjiを呼べ。
Is he dying? What's going on?
何を怒鳴ってるのかもさっぱりだな。もう頭がどうにかなっているのだろう。
クラウスさん。
I mean...
実のお父さんに、そりゃあんまりじゃないかね。
A Gerson? I mean, I guess Vergilius is a Gerson, kinda. He just has negative charisma.
親父はすでに死んでいる。ここにいるのは、親父だったものの幻さ。いずれにせよ、本人にここを出る意志がない以上、どうにもならんね。
金蔵さん。
Choking coughs continued to pour from the study.
私は下に戻る。ゴーダの自慢のランチをこれ以上無駄に冷ましてしまうことはない。親類たちにとって当家での数少ない楽しみだろうからな。
Yeah, you either charisma or your aura farm. Well, I mean, Gerson does both, so... Kraus spun on his heels. He looked at his wristwatch, bumbling and acting as though he had wasted time doing something he knew would be in vain.
源氏さん、親父殿がお呼びだ。相手を頼む。
かしこまりました。
南條先生、食事に行きましょう。いつまでもここにいると、この甘い匂いで味覚までおかしくなってしまう。
Oh yeah, because of the elixirs and shit. Without waiting for Nanjo, Kraus went downstairs. Genji urged Nanjo to go and eat. Nanjo looked first at Kraus's back as he disappeared down the stairs, then to the study door, and he let out a deep sigh. They're built different, that's true.
すまんが、源氏さん、頼みます。
はい。お任せください。
お酒はなるべく与えないように。あれは常習性が強すぎる。
No, Kinzo. I mean, Kinzo is kind of built different, but the wrong kind of different.
源氏はまだか。
Oh my fucking god.
何者が源氏を阻んでいるというのか。源氏はどこだ。源氏を呼べ。
さあ、ここはお任せください。
すみませんな。
Nanjo gave a small duck of his head and descended the stairs. Genji saw him off and knocked at the study door.
親方様、源氏でございます。
源氏か。何故私をこれほどに待たすのか。そこには誰もおるまいな。
はい、私だけでございます。
Kinzo returned to his seat in the study and pressed an old-fashioned switch on the table. After a small delay, the heavy sound of the door unlocking could be heard. Jesus Christ, he really barricaded himself in. Kinzo believed that his family might try to break into his study. Perhaps someone once opened the window for some air and scattered some important documents or something. That had made him extremely upset. Now Kinzo has placed a secure lock in his room. My fucking ears are so itchy. Because of this fucking thing in my goddamn ear. Making it so that without his permission nobody could enter, and locking himself in the dungeon he himself created. Genji, who he trusted the most, was relatively free to enter the room, but even that was not absolute. If Kinzo was in a bad mood, even he wouldn't be able to enter. Anyone else would be limited to holding a conversation through the door, not even seeing his face. And most of the time they wouldn't even get a real conversation. He'd just talk about Beatrice and shit. However, that didn't pose any particular problem for the family, because they could be fucked talking to him anyways, because he sucks. That was because they had no reason to go out of their way to interfere with the retirement of the cantankerous and aged head. The fact that he was completely immersed in his odd research and always locked up in his hideaway was something of a benefit. They made the most of his refusal to leave the study, entrusting him to the hands of the servants, while they themselves kept their distance.
Genji, いつものやつを頼む。私は忙しい。
はい。
Genji headed to a corner of the study. There, suspicious-looking bottles boasting venomous colors were on display. So, Kinzo can't even pour his own fucking alcohol? Seriously? Like, Jesus Christ. They were actually liquor, but considering that they were placed in this shady-looking room, you could almost suspect that they might be ghastly poisonous. The inside of the study was filled with a mountainous library of outlandish books that Kinzo had amassed. They were bizarre old books, some banned, and each and every one of them either forbidden, cursed, or sealed. Of course, if one were to actually call them old books, Kinzo would fly into a rage and say something like this. Call them grimoires. There were candles which had melted into a suspicious-looking fashion, and taken on peculiar forms, and also Beatrice's in the wall again, and all manner of other strange objects, probably having something to do with black magic, like fucking, you know, this black magic, you know? Kinzo's obsessed about this bullshit black magic. The constellations covering the celestial globe would have caused anyone who knew the night sky well to raise an eyebrow. The illustrations inscribed in old books, haphazardly left open, ranged from the religious and mystical to the demonic and grotesque, as well as bizarre diagrams of various magic circles. And above all, the sweet poisonous smell that filled the room, which to those entering for the first time would surely be a profound assault on their sense of sight, smell, and all their other senses, making them lose their grip on reality. Inside that study, Genji, with his well-trained hand, prepared Ginzo's usual drink. If you didn't know that the ghastly dark green liquid that filled the complexly designed bottle was liquor, you certainly wouldn't want to put it in your mouth. You poured a small quantity of the spirit into the glass, placed a cube of sugar in the strangely shaped spoon, and then poured water from a pitcher over it. Strangely, when the colorless water was poured into it, the dark green liquid turned a cloudy white. It created a strange visual illusion that the water had caused a chemical reaction, which made it all the more difficult to perceive the concoction as liquor. To this, he added an original flavoring that Kinzo liked, and fine-tuned the taste. There was no recipe. Its success was measured only by Kinzo's mood swing when he drank it, and he had learned how to make it only after many decades. Genji placed the glass on a tray and made his way over to Kunzo. So there's like a fucking weird alcoholic cocktail that makes him break out into a mood swing. Got it.
どうぞ、親方様。
ああ、すまん。
Kinzo had regained his composure so much that he was now unrecognizable as the man who had been shouting, screaming and yelling just moments before. And that man's back dwelt the dignity and intelligence made plain simply by how he tilted his glass and gazed down at the scenery beyond the window. Genji, in order to allow Kinzo to set down his glass any time, motionlessly waited behind and to his left, as though he were a living sideboard. As he did, Kinzo stuck out just the glass, his gaze still directed at the world outside the window. There was just a mouthful remaining. It was not a gesture intended to set it up on the tray, as Genji expected, but was a motion to hand the glass over to Genji. Oh? Drink this weird liquid.
もったいないお言葉です。
私とお前の中に儀礼はいらぬ。飲め、友よ。
いただきます。
Seems a bit forceful. Genji respectfully received the glass and inclined it a little to taste its contents. Then he downed it in one gulp.
お前が作るのを真似ているのだがどうにも同じ味が出ぬ。お前が作る方がうまい。
ありがとうございます。親方様のご指導の賜物です。
Kinzo smiled at his loyal subject, who refused to put aside rank even when asked to. However, he was not making fun of him. He was relaxed like a smile at a close friend's unriddable bad habit.
互いに老いたな。年を数えることも忘れてすでに久しい。
今日まで過ごすことをお許しいただけたのも、すべて親方様のおかげでございます。
Kinzo gave a thin smile, as if to say he didn't need compliments.
今日まで本当によく私に仕えてくれた。息子たちは誰もが私を変人呼ばわりした。大勢いた使用人も皆私を恐れてやめていった。お前だけが今でも私に仕えてくれる。
もったいないお言葉です。
私の余命もそう長くはあるまい。息子たちは私の遺産がいつ転がり込んでくるかをうろうろ待つハゲタカばかりだ。クラウスの愚か者は金を湯水のように使い、1枚の金貨を売るのに2枚の金貨を捨てておる。それで金を稼げたなどと妄言を。エヴァは金の亡者だ。あやつは私を鶏か何かだと思っておる。死んだらガラにして出汁まで取る気だ。ルドルフの間抜けは女遊びばかり。ローザはどこの馬の骨ともわからん男の赤ん坊など産みおって。
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. These two are not comparable to the first two. The first two are like, he squanders money completely, is a complete failure. Second one, just loves to milk me for my money. Rudolph is a fuckboy, except now he's not even that because Kyrie and then Rosa bore the baby of a nobody, which, what the fuck ever.
ジェシカは無能で無学だ。
Okay.
ジョージには男としての器がない。
The fuck does that mean?
バトラーは後宮家の栄誉を自ら捨ておった愚か者だ。
Gee, I wonder why.
マリアなど見るのも汚らわしい。
Why is Maria obscene to the eye? What?
なぜだ、なぜに後宮の血はこうも無能なのか。
Bro, what the fuck are his standards?
私の築き上げた栄光を受け継ぐにふさわしい者はおらんのか。ああ、わかっておるとも。これがベアトリーチェの呪いであることもわかっておる。黄金の魔女め、それが私への復讐のつもりか。憎みたくば憎むがよい。逃げたければ逃げるがよい。逃がさぬ。逃がさぬ逃がさぬ逃がさぬわ。お前は私のものだ。常に私の腕の中でなくてはならん。私の生涯のすべてなのだ。
Bro, you're being kind cringe? You gotta chill out, my guy. You gotta chill the fuck out, my guy.
我が鳥かごにて永遠に私だけに囁き続けるのだ。ベアトリーチェ、なぜに微笑み返してはくれぬ。
Because you're an asshole, my guy. Oh. Oh. After howling, Kinzo choked once again. Genji set the tray and the glass down and patted his master back. Genji's facial expression did not change. It was always like this. After his almost deranged outburst of the past few minutes settled down, Kinzo regained his composure once more. The way his attitude changed was like seeing two different people, a wild Kinzo and a composed Kinzo, living together inside one body.
私は決心した。このままぼやききった余生を怠慢に過ごすことなど、もはや耐えられはせん。この身に最後にとするコインがあるならば、それを悪魔たちのルーレットに託してみたい。魔法の力はいつもかけるリスクで決まる。日本古来の呪術である牛の国参りがそうであろう。7日間、儀式を目撃されてはならないというリスクを支払うからこそ、魔力が宿る。
Hold up. Confusing his shiny hour off and carrying the risk that will be seen before 7. Huh.
困難なリスクが生じれば生じるほどに魔力は強く生じるのだ。神話に登場する数々の奇跡は天文学的リスクに奇跡的な低確率を得て成就した驚愕すべき魔力の結晶なのだと言える。モーゼが海を割ったのは神の奇跡ではない。蹂躙の計りに乗せられ軍勢によって航海に追い詰められた絶体絶命のリスクが奇跡の魔力を生んだのだ。
Yeah, God, this is real. Moses just used fucking magic.
同じことが同じ規模で繰り返されようとも再び海が割れることはないだろう。なぜならモーゼは力ある者たちのルーレットの阿葬儀ナユタをかけたよりも多く存在する目の中に一つだけ刻まれた奇跡を見事引き寄せることができたからだ。
Well, okay. What the fuck is this guy on about? Large Japanese numbers. Asugi and Nayata are very large ancient Japanese numbers. Modern Japanese is more likely to express numbers of this size using powers of 10, just like Western languages. The English counting system expresses numbers using a thousands-based system. Thousand, billion, billion, trillion. But Japanese uses a system based on 10,000s instead, which can make converting between the two quite confusing. From 1 all the way up to Nayata, it goes Ich, Man, Ok, Cho, Hei, Gai. From about here, the numbers are not common knowledge. Jo, Ju, Ku, Kan, Sei, Sai, Goku, Gugasha, Asugi, Nayata. Multiplied together, Asugi and Nayata give a number so large that it doesn't have a Japanese name. Goku. Damn, can you believe that Goku is 1 quindecillion? But that's probably why he's so powerful.
その天文学的確率に勝利できる力。
Goku is a number, my guy. That's why he's so strong.
そう、奇跡をつかみ取る運気はすなわち魔力なのだ。強大な魔力を売るためには絶望的なリスクを背負わねばならぬ。魔力持たぬ者はそれを賭けでなく自暴自棄と呼ぼう。しかし真に魔力ある者はその奇跡をつかみ取り神秘を成就させるのだ。もしも私にその魔力があるならば私はその奇跡をつかみ取るだろう。生涯を費やした願いを実現できるだろう。
Ginzo looked up to the sky outside the window. He spread his arms as if appealing to someone up in the skies.
もし私にその奇跡を手にする資格があったなら、おー、ベアトリーチェ、ベアトリーチェ、お前の愛くるしい笑顔をもう一度だけ見せてくれ。どれほどの月日を経ようともお前の面影が消えることはない。ただお前の美少が見たい、それだけだ。お前から授かったものを全て返そう。あの日からの栄光を全てお前に返そう。富も名誉も黄金もいらぬ。お前に授かった全てを返そう。私はただお前の美少が見たいだけなのだ。五章だ、ベアトリーチェ。
He's doing it again. He's okay. His nonsensical yell segued into a scream and then into a wail. Ginzo crumpled onto the floor and clawed at it with both hands. Genji had no choice but to wordlessly watch over his master's lament. It's probably not a pleasant sight. Meanwhile, everyone else is just munching.
やあ諸君、当主様は具合が優れられないとのことだ。せっかくこうして1年ぶりの会合に集まってくれた諸君と昼食を共にできないことを非常に残念にしておられた。ゴーダ、ランチを始めてくれ。
かしこまりました。それでは本日の昼食を始めさせていただきます。
Fuck you, bitch.
南條先生、そんなにお父様のお具合は悪いの？せめて顔くらい見せてくれてもいいわよね。
体調というよりは機嫌ですな。こればかりはつける薬がありませんので。
おいおい、機嫌ってまたかよ。そりゃないぜ。こちとら秋のクソ忙しい時期にスケジュール都合してご機嫌伺いに来てるんだ。 それをよ。
よかったじゃないか、ルドルフ。ご機嫌は伺えたんだ。それとも不機嫌な親父殿を私に代わりお前が説得して連れてきてくれるのかね。
まさか。
Rudolph shrugged. Apparently, even though Rudolph seemed to resent the way his father did whatever he pleased, he'd rather avoid seeing his face if he could help it.
夕食までにはその機嫌治りそうなの？
なあ。
クラウス兄さん、
そんなことは知らんよ。親父殿に直接聞いてみるといい。もっとも、声をかけない方が機嫌の治りは早いと思うがね。
源氏さんだけだよ。じい様の機嫌を直せるのは。情けないぜ。自分の親の機嫌を使用人に直させるんだからよ。
ジェシカ、余計なことは言わなくていい。
He'd planned for her complaint to be heard only by her cousins, but it had reached even Krause's ears. Scolded, Jessica scowled and turned away, sulking.
機嫌がうんぬんってことは、病状はそんな悪くないんじゃねえの？元気がないってんならともかく、機嫌が悪いってのは、少なくとも気はしっかりしてる証拠だぜ。
おじい様は特に強い気力をお持ちだからね。でも、体が必ずしもそれに伴えるとは限らないよ。去年からずっと、余命3ヶ月って言われ続けてる。
Wait, so they keep saying he has 3 months left since last year? So he's been 3 months away from death for a year?
最初の診断が正しいなら、おじい様は気力だけで流られてるってことになる。気遣ってあげないといけないよ。
Lunch started with the heavily hid seat still empty. The man who should have been sitting there was already old, and the brilliant glory which had rebuilt the Ushurimiya family into a single lifetime was slowly being forgotten. Nobody seemed to feel uncomfortable when the meal began with the seat still empty. Okay. Oh. 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 How much has it been now? I think it's been... I think I can move to 9 at this point. Around about. Maybe 8. Yeah, let's move it down to 8. I think it's been an hour. So now we have 8 instances of UMINEKO left. I have no idea if I should... What the fuck? I have no idea if I should even spin. I guess fuck it, let's give it a shot. How bad could it get? This is... No, Sledge spin is not a fucking... Right, okay, there we go. Hinzo just screaming about Beatrice. Beatrice! 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 What the fuck are you doing, Beatrice? Hold up. Hold up, I think... The server has officially unfucked itself now. Took it a while, but... Alright, let's boot you up. Start. Let's see the logs. If it's the same error, then I'm done. Or whatever. Okay. Alright. Which I think means that I can turn on my website and it should work. I think. I'm gonna check. It works! Finally! It's unfucked. Great. Awesome. Right. God, and I still have fucking Corel Observer open here. Damn, no votes. God, well, anyways, since it's fixed, I guess I can... switch some shit? like I believe, can move the chat to instead depend on the website again. It works. And then I can go here and I can update my widgets, which are deeply out of date apparently, because they haven't showed the fact that I gained 6 billion followers or something. There we go. And now I can officially shut that shit down. What? Yes. But update UMINEKO and Fortune. Oh yeah, because I'm finally playing it. Let me just... That's it. And that's it. Nope. And that's it. There we go. I'm wondering if I should end the stream early. This was a very, very good lap too, I would say. I'm not entirely sure. I am die. I think I'll probably keep streaming this. I mean, I want to see where the fuck it goes. I mean, I can't tell you how long it's gonna take to finish it. I am live. I am live, that's true. I am in fact live.